Hey, good morning, everyone. Today is officially day 4 of the 100 door knocking challenge, bringing $100,000 worth of value to the marketplace, um, all done in 1 week. That's the challenge. I know it's a little hard to see me right now. I actually uh, just finished up at the gym. It's 7 o'clock or 7:12 a.m. I just wanted to start this video off. I actually initially started a different video in when I first got here around 5. Um, when I got here, there was about 20, a little over 20 cars that were already in the parking lot. The gym opens at 5 o'clock. I had gotten here at around 5, between 5:15 and 5:20. And in the mornings, I like starting myself up with an amp up, right, to get myself started for the day. And this is something that I've been doing for years now. But as I started working out, and that mental fatigue started sitting on me, because now I was competing against the 20 people that was already at the gym. And traditionally in the past, this is exactly the route that I've taken, literally trying to compete with everyone. But as I started working out, I started to begin to think about it in a different light, and started instead of thinking them of people as people I needed to beat before I got to the gym. I started thinking of it as, wow, these are people that are already in here working their butts off this early in the morning. And it made me realize that I was in the company of other winners. And that to me was massive, because in an instant I almost just I switched that perspective. And then looking out into the gym, I saw people that I could work out with, people that I could grow together with, and that was a great feeling. It went from competing to collaboration, and something my mentor Pace Morby just preaches is collaboration. And when I started this workout, got to the gym, started everything, and started my cardio session, it got to a point where I started feeling really negative. But when I had that perspective change and started thinking of people that was already there as people that I could work out with, grow with, it made the workout easier. It made the weights lighter. And quite frankly, it just made my time here much more pleasant. And I bring all this up because I think it's the same in business. You could try and compete with everybody and butt heads and trying to be better and being one up each other. But what I realized in today's session, and I didn't just realize it, I felt it. I'd encourage everybody to find somebody to work with, to collaborate with, because in the end, it's much more fun, especially when you find the right people to work with. So get out there, work your butts off. And I think the moral of this intro is, on your path to whatever your dream is, you will meet people that are going to be pursuing their own dreams. And in order to get there to your dream in a much more how do I say this? I don't know how to say this. To get to your dream in a much more, to enjoy the moment more, to have more fun, it's better to do it with people, and especially people doing the things that you're doing. It just makes it much easier. It makes it lighter, and having fun becomes pretty natural at that point. hope this intro helps. I will be continuing on my door knocking challenge later this morning, likely after I get some admin stuff done. But essentially, what I want to say is find people to work with, and instead of thinking about it as what's in it for me, try and think of it as try and really feel and think of it as, how do I bring enough value? How do I bring enough so that other people that are winning at a high level want to work with me? Okie dokie, hokey pokey. I'm headed to my first door to knock. It's now 10:40 a.m. I think it's a little later start than yesterday, but not gonna. I did look at the route compared to yesterday's route. I've got about 30 doors to knock as well today. I'm gonna let you guys decide, or do you guys think about how much I've already done while I go knock on this door to see if I can help or figure out a solution to whatever they may be facing. Wish me luck. So I am now heading to my 8th door to knock for today. I had one person answer the door all day today, and she was very nice, and seems like they got everything figured out.
You're back online. This route avoids a road closure on North Freeway Service Road. You are on the fastest route. You should reach your destination by 12:30 p.m.
So seemed like they worked it out to get everything stopped and the foreclosure stopped, which is amazing. I'm glad they were able to figure it out at the end of the day. The last property that I just left, they had a sign that says, hey, don't knock the doorbell, don't knock on the door, or don't ring the doorbell, don't knock on the door, because I'm not selling. Still left a note. I might get a call back. Not sure I'm going to be able to do this and bring the value that I wanted to. So I'm thinking back to all the doors that I've knocked, the people that I've answered, trying to think about ways that I might be able to help them. So tomorrow I'm going to be making my follow-ups, coming up with game plans for everybody that showed that they were willing to, or they were wanting to work with me. So I'll be working on that. Why are they going that way? I'll be working on that for the good majority of tomorrow, and trying to figure out who it is that we can help. I'll see you in the next one. Alright, so it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I've just got into my 10th property, heading to the next one. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go to I'm going to finish out 15, grab lunch, and then I'm going to try and finish off the rest of the route. What's interesting is that every single person or every single house that I've been to today has had multiple cars in the driveway except for 1 or 2, I think it was, which tells you that they're home. The question is, how do you get their attention? And do they want the help? Because, look, we could be doing this all day, and I'm literally doing this all day. But you can't help people that don't want to be helped. There has been a drastic change in the way that I have been approaching it, or my feeling towards this from Sunday till today, which is Wednesday. And the main reason for that is that going into it, all I've done and what I focused on was cold calling, texting, email, things of that nature, going cold outreach. And so I'm just very accustomed, and my brain is already programmed to be on this defensive. But whenever I get to these properties, you know, the mindset is different now. I mean, again, from Sunday to today, the mindset has been, well, it's not so much of, hey, I'm here to buy your house or please sell me your house. The mindset has shifted to, do you just need any help? If you want to save it, I know the other options. But if you want to sell it, I might be the person to actually assist you with that. And just going with that mindset has definitely made today a little bit easier. There's a lot more confidence as I go through the doors. Even the way that I'm leaving the messages and essentially what I'm saying on via messages has been different. But I will say this. I do see a trend with seller types. And I see a trend with home types. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I just got very distracted. Yeah, so no idea what I was about to say, because this dude in front of me was driving, started taking a video of me, which is odd. But whatever. So I am now heading to my 11th property, and wish me luck. So here's what I would suggest as you drive through these neighborhoods, going from house to house. You will, and I've said it in, you know, another video already, but you're going to see other properties that look like they would be prime candidates for driving for dollars, right? So do a reverse skip or reverse search, find out who the owner is, give them a call. I mean, just now I just passed by a property. That house looks like it needs work, but someone just walked into that. Has anybody done that, where you just see a house that looks like it needs a good amount of work, stop as they're walking in to say, hey man, might want to sell that house? I feel like that is the coldest approach that I can think of. If you've done that in the past and had success, please leave a message or a comment. I'd like to not pick your brain, but I'd like to do some deals with you. Like I said, going back to my original rant, go to these properties as you're driving to the property. You know, take that time to stop, write down any addresses that you see that look really distressed, whether they have some sort of sign out front, like a what is it, like a code enforcement sign, or if the grass is way too high. I mean, there's just so many ways that driving for that door knocking is showing me that you can definitely get a deal out of this, whether it be a property that you drive for dollars on, or if you work with somebody, because I'm starting to think that if you do this regularly, at least once a month in door knock, and that's all you did, you would get at least one property per month. So meaning you can add one property to your portfolio with almost $0 in marketing. I would say this, gas it's pretty pricey right now. I just filled up and it was $70. So take what I said with $0, you know, with a grain of salt. But wow, that thing looks really bad. Okay, wish me luck. I'm gonna go leave a post-it on this thing. I whisked out. There's like 4 or 5 cars up front, and looks like they just kind of hang out outside. I think I might be getting in my head again, but yeah, I definitely whisked out. I didn't go door knock. I just jotted the address down. So I'm gonna be a ninja and just call them, see if they answer my calls. See, whoever was willing to go knock that door, though, hell, if they really needed the help, they would have said yes. Okay, GPS tells me I'm here. Wish me luck. See if I can bring this person some value. Okay, so if you're first starting off in door knocking, understand that you're gonna get a lot more doors that are not answered than they will be actually answered. What's interesting though is that the people that do answer, only give you 1 or 2 answers. Not interested, or I'm interested. Not that scary. Only scary part is when there's like a big ass dog and you can hear him or her from inside the house. Well, please don't open this door, because if that dog gets out, that thing's gonna eat me. So that's my key takeaway right now. See you on the next one. So here's a little hack that I'm learning as I leave this beautiful house behind me. One thing you want to do, well, hypothetically, I think this is the way to do it. When you leave your little, leave behinds, you obviously want them to be able to see it. So you want them to be able to see it, right? And when I say them, the homeowners, placing it on the driver's side door of a car is great if there's a car in the driveway. But you can also look for people's habits. And what I mean by that is, are they going to go into the garage, or are they going to go to the front door? Are they going to go through the side door? Where is it optimal to leave your note so that it can be read? And a couple things to look out for is obviously, look at the driveway. Is it really, really light in one area and dark in the other areas? Because likely then they park their car in the driveway. Is the front door worn down where there's paint scuff and it just looks like there's normal access in and out of it? And then you can also look at the garage from the outside to see if it's an active garage that actually works with the remote clicker, because if it is, then likely they go into the garage. So you can look out for things like that to figure out where leaving your message would be optimal for the seller to actually see it. Yeah. And then one other note about leaving notes is to buy notes, right? If you leave it on glass, I feel like the glass, for some reason, it does not adhere as well. So you might want to leave it on a door frame if at all possible, or find find a spot that you know for sure that the seller is going to be able to see it, number one, and then number two, that it doesn't fall off. Hope that helps. All right, just finished a light lunch. And when I say light, it requires an energy shot. Actually, I got to 15 doors, but 2 of them back to back, they were both in gated communities, so I had to skip them. I was about to just get going to the next property and to try to actually get full 15 properties, but instead of as I was on the way, I saw Rudy's and I was like, man, I can't pass that up. I missed out on barbecue last night, and so I stopped. But I forgot that a 2 meat plate is a full plate of meat. This is not relevant to my door knocking experience. This is just the things that happen on the road. A little rant for today, for right now. Okay, I'll see y'all on the next one. All right, so I think this last house takes the cake. There's about 9 cars. 9 cars out by the driveway. And I knock on the door. No one answers. That's what you call people with head in sand or dirt or whatever it's called. Just a little vent. Guess who's getting a call though? That guy. See you in the next one. Hi. I'm wrapping up day 4 the 100 door knocking challenge. I made it through 109 addresses. I've knocked on 105 of them. 4 were in gated communities that I couldn't get to, give or take a couple. I'm probably off by 1 or 2 here. I am calling the day short compared to my route because I have another 10 doors I'm supposed to knock according to the route. Now, why am I going to go ahead and call it early? Well, number one, to get back, it's going to take me an hour, similar to yesterday, but today I do have a splitting headache. And I'm not sure that I'm bringing the value that I wanted to bring today. There was a good amount of learning through this whole experience, but was I able to bring $100,000 worth of value? I don't know yet. Was I able to help 10 people? Not sure yet. A couple things that I will take away from this is that going into something like this, having set better expectations for myself would have been key. Now, I do still believe that I'll be able to bring in $100,000 worth of value. How I'm going to measure it is whether or not I'm able to save the property, whether or not we're able to come in and generate some sort of revenue. But mainly, the main measurement here is the ability to help 10 people. Whether that's you at home watching mom, or maybe even dad, maybe even myself rewatching this. Whoever this is for, if this brought value to you, amazing. If I'm able to help one of the home sellers, even better. This was really more of a challenge for myself to get out of my comfort zone, to go and knock on some doors, to get rejected, but then to also see firsthand experience that kind of distress. In the last few days, I've definitely seen it, and it's definitely given me a different perspective on not only in why I do this, but at the same time, how I can better assist people in the future and how to get in front of people better. I'll likely be doing some sort of challenge again, whether it's door knocking or texting, not exactly sure yet. But I hope this brought some sort of value for anyone that's continued to watch this 4-part series. I might create some additional ones when if I get any callbacks and I'm able to help some people. I did get a good amount of callbacks from the last few days. Today, most of them were asking me to not come by their house again, but most people were pretty nice and pretty courteous. They weren't overly upset because I think they knew why I was there. So maybe the big takeaway for anybody that's watching is get out there, get out of your comfort zone. It'll give you new perspective. It will help you become a better, pretty much a better steward for the knowledge that you have to really help people that are going through something pretty difficult. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a saint and that I only did it for out of the goodness of my heart. Obviously, there is a benefit to me in the event that they do want to sell the property. I'm able to go and figure out a way to generate some sort of revenue in the future. But the way I see it is, the more people I can help along the way, even better. And the same goes for anybody watching. I challenge you all to go out there and to knock on some doors, whether it be a pre-foreclosure or you can do probate, you can do code violations, heck, you can even do evictions. Just do the mailing address, not the physical address. My goal really is to impact 10 people by the end of this year, whether that's you at home watching to go out there and help people, or if it's sellers that need some sort of assistance. Please take this as a challenge to go out, get out of your comfort zone, and use the knowledge that we have for some sort of good. I think there's a car stalled in front of me, and I'm just rambling. I hope this has helped anybody, somebody watching. If it did, you know what to do. I'm not looking for likes or follows. This was just something that I wanted to document as I just embarked on this journey. But I'll get better. Hopefully you'll get better. It's just about that incremental progress. That's really all I could hope for. And quite honestly, over the last 4 days, I'm significantly much more comfortable going and knocking on a door. Heck, even at one of the more previous homes, there was a dog that the owner had chained up outside in the front of the house. Normally it's in the back of the house, but this was in the front of the house, and I could just hear the chains moving as I was walking up. I was like, oh crap, I might have to, kind of keep my distance here. As soon as I walk up, little puppy, pretty much. I had just eaten barbecue, so came in and gave me some cuddles. I gave him pets and left a note, and I left. Like I said, get out of your own way. Get out there, go knock some doors, go change people's lives, and please, if you did, please leave a comment and just tell me how you like it. Well, that's it. Goodbye. All right, and that's it for me. If y'all liked this, please tell me what y'all liked, what you could use more of. Who knows? There might be more. Thanks for sticking with me, and I will see y'all around. Nos vemos. All right, so if you have watched this all the way through till the end, first off, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching the entire video. So what I'd like to do is go ahead and share the results. I was finally able to sit down and tally up, pretty much the results. Although I wasn't able to get the 4th day's results from the route planner, mainly because the trial period already ended, and I didn't go in and download the results as I should. So I'm going to go ahead and end up skip tracing and calling and reaching out to them anyway. But as a result, over the first 3 days, so you have Sunday the 30th, you had Monday, which was Halloween, surprising result, and then the following day, which was the rainy day. Total of 6 people that resulted in saying that they were already working on something, whether they're working with someone to purchase the property, or they were already working with some sort of modification to save the house. Then I looked, and so there were 3 that were considered warm, or what I would consider warm, and those are people that I might be following up with periodically. And when I say periodically, within the next 2 weeks and possibly every 3 weeks after that, just to see where they are, mainly for the reason they were saying things that just led me to believe that they may still require some help, although I didn't get their direct contact information. And then surprisingly, there were 6 people that I put in the hot category. These are people that said they either needed to sell the house. They wanted to sell the house. They were already in the process with an agent selling the house. So there were 6. There were 2 people that gave me their phone numbers, both with whom I'm already in conversations with. And the other 4, they were saying that they'd reach out to me or that I should reach out to their agent. So gonna leave those alone, although there's a kind of more on the hot-warm scale. I still put them on the hot scale just because, still on the hot scale, right? They still want to sell the house. My key takeaways though, I will say this, that the key takeaways is that as I was going through this process, I could have done better and gotten more prepared for driving for dollars and writing down addresses. I just took a linear approach, and I decided to just go all the way through and stopping for the ones that showed a lot of distress. But I think I could have maybe planned for a little more stops to actually write down additional addresses and get more information from them. The number 2 takeaway is to go ahead and try to get the contact information. If they say they're interested or that they're remotely interested, always try to get that contact information. I should have known better to try and reach for it, but again, just based on where they were and how they were responding, I didn't push always, although I did try on a few of them. The other ones I didn't try as hard. So there's that. And then number 3, when you're leaving behind something with a neighbor, with one of the neighbors, try not to let it be written as far as like foreclosure or notice of sale, notice of default, whatever the case might be, just because the neighbor might not know, and the now seller and the neighbor are talking, and the seller might get really embarrassed and they just call you more pissed off than anything. So if you can, try and make it to where it's a little bit more discreet. Maybe just put your name and number down and tell the neighbor to tell them that you were there. I actually think that will yield you more results because again, then there's that additional layer of curiosity as to who this person is and why you were there. So those are my 3 key takeaways from this entire challenge. But to add on, there's about, let's see, that's 6, that's 12, that's 15 people that I had quality conversations with. There were others, but 15. There were about 10 that I'm going to go into deep prospecting with, meaning the property was either vacant, I wasn't able to get on inside or get the door open, but there was just a lot of distress at the property, meaning you can tell from the outside that it's going to need a lot of repairs. So I will be deep prospecting on those. I've already highlighted those that I'll be deep prospecting. I'll have my team get the information for me, and then I'll be I'll be the one reaching out to them as well, whether that's through a cold call or through an SMS or direct mail, just any of the other acquisition channels that we use. But we'll be looking at those additional to see if we can't get in touch with somebody. Those are the key takeaways. However, I do want to recap this entire week. This entire last week was amazing in terms of getting out there and then getting results, because the week prior to that we had a different challenge, and that was the agent outreach challenge. Out of those, we put 15 offers on, we got 1 accepted, and that's going to be a subject to opportunity, and so we are going through that process right now. Again, the agreement's already been accepted, earnest money is already down, and so we're going to decide what we're going to do with that property. And then we have several other properties that are warm, and so we're excited about those prospects as well. But I do want to give you an update on the appointment because I feel that's going to be a question. So I did say 100% I was going to get it. Unfortunately, I didn't. However, I was still very pleased with the response because there wasn't much I could do. Seeing as how I was $75,000 or $35,000 under the highest offer. At that point, there's really nothing you can do. However, I think everything else right. I set the proper expectations. Actually, it wasn't even just me, it was the team. So me and my partner, Joe, we went out there and we did a really good job. If it wasn't for that offer, I feel pretty confident that we would have got the deal. If you want to finish this entire video, I will leave the entire an excerpt of the recording is to show you why I feel confident that we'll get it if anything shakes up on that, with their current buyer. But overall, this entire door knocking week has been tremendous, very, very insightful. We'll be deploying different marketing strategies to get to the right people to make sure that we're bringing as much value to them as we can. And when I say value, the knowledge that we've learned over the last few years, how we can show them whether or not it's saving their property, whether it's purchasing the property, whether it's going out and purchasing it creatively. We have now the tools to go out there and to work with a good amount of people. So thank you for watching. If you got value out of this, please let me know. I would love to see that. And if there's something that you think I might be able to help with, please let me know. But lastly, if you've watched all of this and you think there's something that you can help us with, I'd be happy to hear it. Any feedback, any critiques, that would be really, really appreciated. But again, I'm going to leave y'all with the recording that I had with the seller. The call that I had with the seller, at least a piece of it, because I was very proud of that. And I hope to see you in the future, whether it's in person or on here. So have a great one.
Okay, I understand.
And I just want you to know, it makes me so sad that I can't do it for you. I just enjoy being around you and talking to you so much.
I am the same way over here.
Well, thank you. But if anything, I know that you gave me a lot of warnings. And so I want you to know if anything, any snags or anything unexpected falls through, I'm going to reach out to you.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I wasn't expecting to be the top of the line anyway.
Yeah, you can sleep. Huh?
What's the 175?